Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do it's not a tutorial or a hair video or whatever, but it's like a simple discussion because I was just watching something called the YouTube channel is The Grapevine, and they're having discussions about black hair and different things that you know bothers people, and they have a panel of people talking about what they think about certain things, like um the black hair and Beyonce's Beyonce's video for formation and the halftime performance and whatever. But I just wanted to say that a really good point came up because and I have been saying this for a long time, but it is not received because um you may not be seeing my point, right? So the point was I don't want to some people believe that everything black people do is racist. Like we are telling other races that you ain't the shits. Okay? But that is not the problem. The problem is that when we are talking about what we experience and what has happened to us and what is expected of humanity, yes, humanity, right? The other races, or the other race as a matter of fact, think it's us being racist when they hear certain points that we're making. And it's not because we're racist, no, it's because you are part of the problem, right? Because you may have grown up to think a certain way, as have some black people, but that doesn't mean that it is set in stone. Everything can be changed if you want it to change, right? So if you're telling yourself that, bro, my afro kinky hair is not good enough, and you're putting that out into this I'm not even talking about this universe, but you're putting that out there as a message to say that, yo, my kinky hair is not good enough and will never be good enough. Why are you surprised when some people are saying, yeah, it really ain't good enough? And then you want to say, well, then I want to say then you want to say oh, it's racist. But the thing about it is, and I'm gonna go on to the next point just now, but the thing about it is that if you don't stand up for yourself, your kind, your black skin, your black hair, who is going to stand up for it? Because we are living what we are talking about. So I may not have been, now mind you, live in the Caribbean, I may not have been targeted like the American people who are blacks, but I have to experience racism in the Caribbean. Yes. And sometimes it's from black people. So what I'm saying is, don't cry when the other race or other races are dogging your race and your hair when you are doing the same thing. You are showing them what to do and what to say. Now, even if they will say whatever the hell they want to say, you have to take it upon yourself to say, well, this is my skin, this is my hair, and this is what the hell I'm going to do. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. If you don't like it, you don't have to like me. Be gone. You understand? And then the other part about this discussion or this topic or this point that I'm trying to make is that a lot of times when black leaders stand up for black people in history, like look, I was even saying at a point in time, Martin Luther King stood up for blacks when, and Malcolm X stood up for blacks when nobody, well, not nobody, but nobody who was being listened to was doing it. And then they they started being a little successful in it. And black people told me that um they didn't really stand up for blacks. They just did that so that what did they say? They didn't really stand up for black people because the message that they were portraying was wrong, because they were being hostile. Yeah, damn skippy, that was being hostile. Because who to say that these white people wasn't being hostile neither? Okay, let's just get it there. Okay? So if somebody is no, we don't want to do hostility with hostility, but this is what they listened to at that particular. Remember, we wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know how it was, because even when the Black Panther group was being involved in raising awareness for blacks, that too was being shunned by saying that they were aggressive and they were this and they were this and they were killing people. Oh, I'm skipping, they was killing people because people was killing them too. You know what I'm saying? We are only seeing the side where the black people was wrong. The groups that they formed were so hateful and they was killing people. And you think that so the Black Panthers were just walking around and just killing people? If you think that, something's wrong with you. Okay, we was not there. You understand? Racism was so much. Ooh, this place is getting hot. Ooh, let me just turn on this fan. Racism was so much worse then than it is now. And now we have to stand up and say that, yo, this ain't right, you know? Who's to say that which skin color is better than which? You know what I'm saying? So if it's this bad, no, it's bad. Ooh. Then and let me just get the next point. People are being hostile now. So people were saying that, oh, they shouldn't be hostile back then, but people are being hostile now. And what we're going to now is a serious problem. But it was a million times worse back then. So if you deciding to stand up and be like, yes, we are for blacks, we are this blacks, we are da 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 da, and you're standing with your race and you're saying to yourself, yes, this is what I'm saying, and I want you to receive what I'm saying. You catch me? How is it bad when they were doing it back then, but they had to be hostile? Yeah, because nowadays in America, people are getting stopped by the police because of their skin color, right? This was happening from since back when. And I'm sure that they expected black people to stay beneath. And black people expect black people to stay beneath. This is the problem. This is the roots of the problem. And then you can imagine now they are getting stopped because they are black, right? But back then, black people shouldn't have anything. So if a black person have a car and they're driving, who is to say that they wasn't getting stopped? Who is to say that they may not have got arrested because they may have thought that they stole the vehicle, even though they are showing paperwork to show that, yo, this is my vehicle, I own this, I paid for this. You think they would have listened if they don't listen now? And it's so unbearable now. It's so unbearable. You think it was bearable back then? No. I'm sure they got arrested because they didn't think that they could have owned a car. And then if they say, well, this is mine, I paid for this is the proof of insurance, first thing first I will ask, how are you getting money to buy this? You understand what I'm saying? So that's that. That's one part. That's the blacks believing what white society says about blacks. That's one. The second part is the whites. Now, white people have a problem when black people are speaking about these problems, because when we say certain things like, you know, you go into a store and you get followed because they think that you don't have money to buy certain things. How do you know I have money? Do you know my bank account? Do you know my pocket? Do you know my job? No, you don't. So you cannot say that I don't have any money to buy things because you do not know. I may be the richest person in the place, but you wouldn't know that. And then, even if I am not, what is the point? It is a store. It had things that may be $50, $100, $150, $1,000, whatever. I may be buying something at $5. Just because I spend $5 to somebody who spends $1,000 doesn't make me less of a customer. I am still a customer because I am spending my, even self I spend $1, I am still a customer, and I should be treated as such, which is disgusting in this day and age, to be still dealing with this shit. And you know why we're dealing with this shit? Because black people accepting this shit, you know. And people think that I sometimes am hateful, and now I don't hate nobody, okay? Let's just get that corrected, because that means I will have to give a fuck to hate people, right? But some white people don't like when black people or people in general speak about these topics, because they realize that they too are part of the problem, and they cannot accept that they're part of the problem. Now, if you grew up with racist parents, 99.9999999% you might be a racist, but you just don't call yourself a racist. You know, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm not a racist because I have black friends. I could have white friends and still don't like white people. What does that say though? You know what I'm saying? But it takes you as a human being to say, yo, this is bogus, this ain't right, and speak about certain things that's going on. And when they realize that they are part of the problem, we are racist, black people, by the way. So we are hateful, we are racist, we are this, we are that, whatever. But when you say something, oh, your hair is nice for a black person, it's still racist, bro. It's because you soften it with, because you said a compliment, that doesn't mean it's not racist. That's like somebody saying, like everybody saying, no judgment, but judgment comes after, you understand? Or no offense. So because you say no offense, I'm not going to be offended. Because you say no judgment, I'm not going to be judged. That's not how things works. That's not how things work. Because I could say no offense, but for a white person, your hair is flat. I'm sure he's still gonna be offended, right? So when you say, oh, your hair is nice for a black person, or you're pretty for a black girl, I'm still offended. That's just the point in the blank. I'm still offended. That's because you say no offense and no judgment doesn't mean that it softens the blow of the judgment and the offense. I just had to say my little piece because it was a good conversation, and the YouTube channel is The Grapevine. I'm gonna link it below. So like they talk about different stuff. There's a panel of men and women who are black. I think I saw an Indian lady there. So they discuss things that is bothering them. So you can check that out as well. I know I'm just not giving today, you know. This is me in the natural state, and I just had to come and say I just had to record this because like it's amazing to think that people think because it's saying, oh, I have black friends, or no offense, it's not racist, you know. And when they discover that they are part of the problem, they cannot accept that they are part of the problem. And instead of accepting it and changing your patterns and changing your words and changing your deeds, they're gonna defend and say black people are racist. But people want racist when it's not accepted in certain work atmospheres to have your natural hair. It's not racist. I realize sometimes with some white people, when they are being racist, it's accepted. It should be like, I'm giving you tips on how to be better. But when we speak out about it and it's like, no, it's offensive, and if you can't accept me in my natural state and my natural form, the natural way that God made me, because remember, we are all from Christ, but still yet it's a problem because I look different. So it's not racist when they say, but when we say something about it and they realize that we're saying the truth and we're saying what needs to be seen and we're saying something about it, we are racist because we don't like certain things. I'm not gonna end this video off on a good note. I mean, it was something to be discussed, and that's all I'm gonna say. So I'll see you in my next video. I'm not even sure if I'm uploading this, but I should, and I feel like I will. Okay, so leave your comments down below what you think about this, and follow the grapevine. I will link it down in the description box for you. And with that being said, I'll see you in my next one. You already know how I end and start my videos. If you have watched the other videos, make sure you give this a like and let it spread so that everybody could be informed about what's going on, and they will link that they will click the link in the description box so that they could get the raw form, because I'm giving it to you real nice, you know. So go watch it and then tell me what you think down in the comment section. Goodbye.